Hey everyone, Michael Cavadier here, and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you how to plan your goals so that when you set out to achieve them, you have a 100% achievability score, which means you achieve every single one of your goals. Now, the biggest problem when most people set goals is that, as I discussed last week, 9 out of 10 goals are never achieved. And the reason behind that is because most people don't understand the science behind goal planning. Most people go ahead and make wishes, right? And hope that their wish is going to come true, which never works. And if you'd like to understand the problem even more, then in the link in the description just down below in this video, you could watch the entire video dedicated to the problem of setting goals and planning for their goals. And this is why most people fail to achieve their goals at the end of the day. Now, before we get started, I just want you to imagine what it would be like if you were able to, have a scientific approach to planning your goals, and you could use that in your business and with your clients. Imagine what would happen if your clients were able to, not even if they didn't see results in the very beginning, but they knew that they are on a set plan of action, right? Or there was a course of action to take before they were able to get the results. You'd be able to have lower churn rates, which means your clients would fall out less frequently and people would stay with you for the longer run, because at the end of the day, they understand an entire process of moving along the barrel, right? In order to get to their desired body or whatever they're trying to achieve. In terms of your business, you won't be demotivated. You'll understand the exact step-by-step approach needed in order for you to achieve those goals. And at the end of the day, you know exactly what action is needed or what you need to do in order to be able to achieve those goals. So let's get started with the scientific approach of goal planning that I refer to as the link tree approach. And in my opinion, the link tree approach is the best method you could use in order to, plan your goals and have 100% achievability each and every single time you set out to achieve something. So in this example, I'm going to be using an entrepreneur such as yourself or myself, right? Or anyone else in the fitness industry that is looking to make more money. So we're actually going to be very specific and precise with the amount of money we want to make and when we want to make it by. That's the first step of achieving a goal, right? So what we're going to do is, let's say I want to make $1 million, right? $1 million by the 31st of December 2022. This is the goal, right? The eyes on the prize. This is what we are trying to achieve, the goal. So do you see, I don't just say I want to make $1 million. I say exactly when I want to achieve that money as well. So by the 31st of December 2022, I want to make $1 million. Now, where does the link tree approach come into place, right? Or how does it come in and how do we actually use it? So what we actually go ahead and do now is we say, in order to get to $1 million, what is needed for us to be able to do that? Now, if you're just starting off, right, and you don't know how to make $1 million, the first thing, in my opinion, is going to be education, right? And I don't mean education from a university or anything like that. I mean education in terms of learning. You could be a self-made millionaire, right? You learn exactly what to do by yourself. And education is the most important thing to begin with, because if you knew how to do it, you would have already been at $1 million, right? You would have already been a millionaire or probably a multi-millionaire, but you don't. So therefore, you need the education in order to be able to achieve that. Now, when it comes down to education, we get experts, right? We get courses, books, and for example, we could just say YouTube videos, right? Like this. Now, in order for you to get to $1 million, you have to enlist the help of an expert, someone that has already done what you want to do in order to be able to get there, right? That's the science and the art of achievement. You follow someone else that has done what you want to do, be it through their courses, through the books that they've written, or any other pieces of information that they share, and guess what's going to happen? You're going to get to this goal much faster, right? And then you have another option of using a course. So for example, Project X, right? That teaches fitness professionals how to build, grow, scale, and market their businesses to reach this specific goal. You can enlist in a course because we live in a digital age of information, which means you can learn anything from anywhere around the world at almost a very, very minimal price, or basically for free if you wanted to. But if you want the help and you don't want to go through and find your own way, you could just enlist in a course, invest in a course that teaches you exactly how to get from point A to point B, right? If you don't know how to do that, you're never going to get to $1 million. The next thing you could do is go ahead and read books. So you could read books about building a business. You could read books about how you can get on that road to $1 million, right? And lastly, you could watch YouTube videos just like this, because as I mentioned, we live in a digital age of information, and ignorance is a choice. So if you are being ignorant and thinking that there isn't enough knowledge, or there's no one teaching you how to make this $1 million, then you're not searching enough. Because with this digital age of information, there are millions and millions of people teaching people things on a daily basis, right? From the internet, from YouTube, from courses, from books, wherever it might be. You can learn anything at the end of the day, but the desire to learn must be there in order to begin. So let's say you have learning out the way, right? Now the next thing is you could set up the systems. So let's say we have systems. Now under systems we might have, if you already don't have a domain, so we're going to need a domain, right? We're going to need a landing page if you don't already have one. We're going to need payment software. Then we will need booking software. We'll also need a CRM. And yeah, let's just say that's what we need to begin with, right? So in order to get to $1 million, especially if you are a digital entrepreneur, and this is what you want to be as the world evolves, right? We want to move with the age of technology instead of falling behind. We want to be able to have a website. How do you have a website? You need a domain to start with. Then we want a landing page. So what is a landing page exactly? Something that brings your prospects through to a page that converts information through to them and then has them take action at the end of the day. So you need to learn how to set up a landing page. Then you're going to need payment software, because when you work online and you're working in the 21st century, most people pay by credit and debit cards. You want to be able to accept that, right? Make it easy for people to pay at the end of the day. Then you're going to need some booking software, so people are going to take action. They're going to book calls with you, book complimentary sessions, whatever it might be. You are going to need a system in order to be able to handle those people and their bookings. So you need booking software. Then we're going to need a CRM, which is a client management system, right? So we have prospects coming in. Did they book? Did they not book? Did they purchase? Did they not purchase? How are you going to keep track of all this information? We need a management system in order to be able to do that, right? So now you have the system in place. And the next thing you're going to need to work on is the marketing, right? So now we're going to have to work on copy. You're going to need your niche. You're going to need advertising, right? Organic ads and a budget, right? So now you can actually go ahead and say, so once I understand the systems and I have them in place, I'm going to need to work on the marketing. So the marketing could include copywriting. How am I putting the right message in front of the right person at the right point in time? That's the copy. The niche. Who is the person? Who am I advertising to? Who's my intended audience at the end of the day, right? The ads. Am I going to use Google ads, Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads? What ad platform am I going to be running? Organic outreach. Am I going to do blog posts? What exactly am I going to do without paying for it so that people get to know about my brand, right? How do I create brand awareness without paying for it? And then lastly, the budget. What budget am I going to set for marketing on a monthly basis in order to be able to achieve? Then we might say we got the marketing right. Now we're going to need a team, right? So when we're making $1 million a year, we're going to definitely need a team. So let's say we need a team to manage clients. So we'll just say management, right? A team for accounting, a team for ads, and maybe you need a personal assistant. Okay, so team for marketing, because as your business is scaling, you want to be able to delegate more, because the more you delegate, the more you're able to do other things that grow the business, right? So we need a team in marketing. As you're making more money, people are coming through, you know, you need to pay your taxes, you need to make sure you are in line with all the accounting and everything that needs to happen. So we go ahead and we hire a team for accounting or an individual for accounting, right? Then we're going to need someone to manage the ad accounts. So once you're scaling, again, to free up more time so you can keep growing and pushing this goal higher and higher and higher, guess what happens? You need to find someone to do the ads. And then lastly, you need to find a personal assistant to do all the tasks that waste time, but you need to do them, or they need to be done by someone. So the person that does them is the personal assistant, right? And then finally, we could say, so we got the education, the systems, the marketing, the team, and lastly, maybe we say we have the governance, right, for the company. So what's the culture like? What's the aura of the company? What do we stand by? Our values, our brand, right? What is the brand? What do we actually stand for? What times do people come to work? How is things going to be handled? Who's in charge of HR? Who's in charge of payroll? How do these things work? The governance of the company, right? And these things combined, now this is just a rough idea for example purposes of what it takes to make $1 million a year, right? But these things then combined get you to $1 million. And now you can actually go ahead and start breaking down education. So which experts am I going to listen to? Now you can start finding the experts. Which books am I going to read? Which courses am I going to invest in? You can go ahead and do that. The systems, what kind of a domain manager am I going to use? Where am I going to build my landing page at the end of the day? What payment software am I going to use? When it comes to the marketing, you could go ahead and start learning Facebook ads or Google ads, right? You could go ahead and start seeing what you can plan or plan your budget. At the end of the day, everything is so methodically laid out that it's not just any longer that I want to make $1 million, because this is what most people do, right? So let me show you a different approach. Most people say they want to make, let's keep it like that, $1 million. And they don't even put a date to anything like that. The new year starts, they just say, I want to make $1 million. I want to travel to 5 countries, right? I want maybe 10 clients. And yeah, I want to be debt free. Let's just say that. So most people go ahead and they write their goals down like this on a piece of paper, right? And then all that happens is it stays words on a piece of paper. Nothing actually materializes or happens from this at all, because they don't know how they're going to make $1 million. They don't know how they're going to travel, right, to 10 or more countries. They don't know how they're going to become debt-free, and they don't know how they're going to get 10 clients. So this is what most people do each and every single year. Come the 1st of January, people ask each other, have you planned your goals? What are your goals for the new year's? And then they get so proud of showing each other these lists, right? But then at the end of the year, nobody actually asks people, how many of those goals did you achieve? You know why? Because they're too embarrassed and they haven't been able to achieve it either. Because this method never works. There's no specificity behind it. This is just a wish at the end of the day. Wishes don't come true, right? Like I mentioned last week, like a kid making a wish blowing out a birthday candle. This will never come true because there's no plan of action behind it. Now, why do most people give up with their goals, right? At the end of the day? I'll tell you why. Because when you actually plan it like this, you can take action. And what is achieving a goal, or how do you achieve $1 million or make $1 million, right? It's sustained effort or sustained workloads over a given period of time. There's nothing more to it. And now you can't say I'm demotivated, I have no motivation or things like that, because you have a plan of action, you know exactly what needs to happen, and you just go ahead and implement on the things that you set out for yourself. You go ahead, you learn. You go ahead, you set up the systems. You go ahead, you learn the marketing. You go ahead, you put in place the team. And you go ahead and you set up the governance. And that's exactly how you'll be able to scale your company to $1 million a year. Now, the same can be done if someone wants to lose 30 kilos, right? By, let's just say, the 31st of December, 2022. You could use this approach for your clients as well. What are they going to need to do? We're going to need the meals, right? Then we're going to need the training. Then we're going to need the recovery, right? Then we're going to need the support. Now let's just say under the meals, it comes down to the calories that they're going to need to be eating. It comes down to how many meals they're going to be eating a day, the timing of their meals, the ratios of protein to carbohydrates to fats. Then we break it down into the training. How many times are they going to be coming through to the gym to train with you? How many days are they going to be doing resistance training versus cardio training? How many days for their recovery, right? On their recovery days, do you want them to ice bath? What do you want them to do on their recovery days? And then the support. When they're feeling demotivated, when they need that extra support, how exactly do you go ahead and you help them? And imagine if you could give every single one of your clients at the beginning of the year a goal plan just like this, right? Planned out for the year. This is going to be our dieting. This is going to be our training. This is going to be the support. This is going to be the recovery. And this is how we're going to chomp it down, right? So in the first quarter of the year, we're going to make 10 kilos. In the second quarter of the year, we're going to make another 10 kilos. Or a third. First third of the year, 10 kilos. Second third of the year, 10 kilos. And in the last third of the year, 10 kilos. So you're extremely specific. You know what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. And you're able to plan predictably and then go ahead and achieve it. Because you need to be able to form new habits, and those habits will lead to actions which help you move to the end goal at the end of the day. So the next time you go ahead and you think about planning a goal for yourself, be extremely specific about what it is you want and when you want to achieve that by, right? And then go ahead and map out something using this link tree approach that you can implement into your life, into your business and your clients' lives with what action steps you will need in order to be able to get there. And if you don't know what action steps come in, then the first most important thing you can go ahead and write down is education. Because without being educated, you'll never grow. If you're not growing, your business is not growing, right? There's a great saying by Dan Lok which says, if you're not learning, you're not earning. Because the more you learn, the more you'll be able to earn. And it's so true. You'll never know these things without acquiring the knowledge first. And with myself as well. I didn't know this about business. I didn't know how to get to 1 million, right? But only once I started investing in myself, investing in education, investing in courses, right? Another cool thing under education is you could put a friend circle. Because when you have successful friends and friends that are business owners and friends that want to be able to achieve and move forward, guess what's going to happen? You're automatically going to increase your natural thermostat in your body to become like them, right? The people that you surround yourself with are the people that you're going to be like at the end of the day. So if you surround yourself with winners, people that already have millions, people that already are successful, or people that are on their way to success, guess what happens? You're going to be successful as well. So go ahead right now and think about your goals for 2022. What is it that you want to achieve? Why do your clients drop out, right? Think about how you can implement this into your business for your clients as well. Sure, it takes more time, it takes more planning, but at the end of the day, it will guarantee 100% achievability provided you put in the work. And you know why you'll be guaranteed to put in the work? Because you know exactly what it's going to take in order to get to your goal. So, if this video has helped you, then please like, comment, and share with other people that definitely need to see how to plan their goals. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.